Hello world and welcome to Tinkering Loyalty. Today we are doing the first video on our new playlist, The Quest for the Holy ROI. And we are going to discuss today how to define your loyalty currency. But first, hi, my name is Renato Carboni and I'm a loyalty strategist from Brazil, now living in Portugal. You can find all about me or Tinkering Loyalty at the description. Let's start. So, what are loyalty currencies? How do you define yours? And the amount to give is probably the most asked question I get when I start designing a loyalty strategy for any brand. It's common that they think that they are going to give points to enhance behaviors, but they don't know how many points to give and they don't know the math behind it. So today we are going to discuss a bit more on how you can assign your own currency. As I gave you some tips, loyalty currencies are the things that you give as feedback for the user that are behaving the way you expect them to do. It could be points, cashbacks, sweepstakes, it could be badges, it could be stamp cards, whatever you give your user, either digital or physical, to show them that they are performing the behaviors that you expect from them. But always remember that the currencies are not necessarily monetary, and it depends on your design, and we will talk more about this today. The way you start designing your strategy is ideally looking at our first video on how to start your loyalty strategy, where I show you how you can build your own loyalty canvas, defining your audience, your goals, the behaviors, the purpose of what you are going to do. But today we are focusing on the behaviors. In this example, I have here 5 behaviors: buy our products, review purchases, refer our brand, like our products, and fill surveys. These are very common behaviors we expect from our audiences. And once you do this loyalty canvas and you look at all the opportunities, these are only 5, what you need to do is prioritize them. So here I have a simple graph where I'm aligning those behaviors. First, if they are aligned with our business goals, and second, if we have that data, because we can only incentivize the data that we have access to. So in this example, buying our products because we have the invoices is the thing that's more relevant with our business goals and the data that we have that's more available and in the least amount of time. Like if we buy from us today, we will have this information today, or probably with 1 day delay due to system integrations or things like that. So once you've prioritized all your behaviors, now it's time for you to assign your main engine. I always talk about this main engine with the brands I work with, because this needs to be very clear for the end user. They need to understand what is the main engine here. In this case, buying. Every time I buy, I get something, either points, either stamp cards, whatever. This needs to be very clear to the user. The main engine here is buying. So if you only have this reference, the most common use case is having the stamp card. Every time you buy from us, or every time you buy a minimum amount, I'll give you a stamp card, and if you get 10, you will get 1 extra for free. You can use stamp cards and it's very easy. Everyone knows how this works. And so give me, and if I return, I'll use it, making it very simple. But once you have that main engine defined, what's important for you to assess is, if you look at a time frame, will the majority, or at least 30% of your customers, will they be able to redeem in the 3 to 6 months period? This is very important, because if you want to give me a stamp card and you want me to keep that in my wallet, I'll keep that for a period of time if I feel I can exchange. So the people that already buy from me, would they be able to achieve that with a minor change? If so, if you have this, I'm saying here in the slide, 25 to 45% of your audience, something around that, if at least 30% of the people that already buy from you would be able to benefit from that in this interval from 3 to 6 months, you are starting to do something relevant. And if you look at it and say, hey, but you are asking me to give a reward to someone that already buys that. Yes, because those customers will start buying way more because of that. They will only buy more if they feel they have a chance to redeem. That's what's wrong with most of the programs that you were offered recently, right? You were offered and said, I'm never achieving that. So toss the card out and that's it. Once that's clear and you are sure that a part of your audience can reach that in the 3 to 6 months, then you can start adding what I'm calling here the power-ups. So the other behaviors that you want, referring the brand, liking products, filling surveys and whatever, those are power-ups. The power-ups will help me get a premium version of that reward. So using the pizza place as an example, if I get 10 stamps, I'll get a pizza. But it's normally the basic kind. But if I get the 10 stamps and also the power-ups, now I can get a premium version of the pizza for free as well. So always assign a main engine. That's what will make the strategy work and the end users understand what you are asking of them, and give the power-ups to allow them to get a more premium version of it. So when you are defining your loyalty currency and how many points should you give, that's the most asked question I get. I'll give you this interesting example here. Everyone is familiar with McDonald's, and interestingly enough, me and my wife, every time we were traveling, we were looking for the price of the McDonald's to know if the price of the things that we were eating was fair or not comparing to our original currency. And imagine that we are not the only crazy people that does that. There's a dedicated web page to track down the cost of the Big Mac on each country, so that you know that in these countries the Big Mac is costing more than in others and things like that. And why I'm talking to you about how much the Big Mac costs? Because the amount of points that you are going to give for the end user, they probably don't know how to convert that in your currency, your money currency. But they will always compare. They will compare. So if you are giving me 1,000 points and your competitor is giving me 1,000 points, what can I do with 10,000 points? We are always comparing to make sure that we are getting the best deal. It's the example with McDonald's, but it's the example with the points that you also give. So the answer to this question that I always get asked is, how many points should I give? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The amount of points that you are going to give needs to be the easiest way to explain for the consumer. I personally don't like when we give 1,000 points, 10,000 points, 100,000 points. It just makes more confusing for the user. And they are trying to find that answer. What can I do with those points? So create or give points, badges, stamp cards in a way that will help your user understand what you want from them. I want you to buy 10 equal of this to give you one for free, or 20 times. No matter how many times. You need to assign your currency value in a way that the users understand, because we are always comparing, and my decision to enroll with it will be related to my effort to get to the end result. So, to sum up what we've discussed today, focus on the message. Those currencies that you are creating, They are a way for you to convey a message. If it's easy to communicate, it's easy to understand as well. Make the minimum relevant reward appear at the beginning. I always go into websites and say, there's a loyalty strategy here. Okay, what are they offering me? They are offering travels. They are offering nice things, shiny things. Great. But I need also to know what is the first relevant thing I can achieve. You can have whatever you want in your catalog. Even a pen could be there, but that's not a relevant reward. So you could have the pen, find something that is relevant to your audience, talk to them and think what is relevant, the minimum relevant, and make that easy for them to find. I'm buying this, you are giving me points, and what will I do with those points? I could get the travel of my dreams. Great. But what is the easiest thing for me to get that makes sense to me? Show me that also. Now I'll know the effort and I'll know if I will enroll or not. And the final thing for today's video. It's a huge waste of money to put one of these initiatives up if no one can redeem. You are investing in platforms, investing in communication, investing on those points and rewards. If no one is exchanging, all that money is going to waste and you are losing out your customers because they will stop trusting in you. Ok? Obrigado.